Before the turn of the century, mountain gorillas were a critically endangered species. At the time, these primates were living in danger as a result of conflict with humans living near Bwindi Impenetrable National Park in southwestern Uganda. This pushed Dr. Gladys Kalemazi-Kusoka to think of a long-term solution.
I was inspired to start conservation through public health based on experiences I had as Uganda's first wildlife vet. I led a team that investigated the first fatal disease outbreak in the mountain gorillas in Bwindi. First recorded disease outbreak, which was traced to people living around the park who have very little health care. They got scabies and only recovered with treatment. And we realized that the only way we can protect the gorillas is by also improving the health of their human neighbors.
For 20 years now, the doctor's non-profit organization has operated a One Health model within a radius of 1 kilometer around the Bwindi National Park. The model integrates human, animal, and environmental health. More than 200 samples from habituated mountain gorillas are reviewed monthly. And 420 village health teams promote sustainable agriculture and tree planting across 7,000 homesteads. Her team has further reduced the community's reliance on wildlife by supporting more than 500 coffee farmers.
At first, we used to depend on wind forest because I, for one, I used to go into the forest to poach because that's our livelihood. But as an alternative source of livelihood, after being stopped from going back into the forest, we resorted to coffee growing. So instead of going into the forest to poach, instead we can sell our coffee, then we'll get some meat, which we used to go into the forest to get from the forest.
These community initiatives have allowed the number of mountain gorillas at Bwindi to almost double from 300 to 500 over 3 decades. Yet the doctor believes more could be done.
People are normally used to looking at conservation as it is, law enforcement, maybe a bit of community conservation, and people are used to looking public health alone. But the fact that we're integrating conservation and public health, human health and animal health, made it very difficult to raise funds because most donors only focus on one sector. And so we had to do a lot of educating and advocating to the donors, the importance of addressing all of them together to have long-term outcomes.
The Worldwide Fund for Nature estimates that there are just over 1,000 mountain gorillas in the wild globally, and exposure to human diseases can be fatal. Despite that, Dr. Gladys is a pill of success in the wildlife space. She has made a real impact on the lives of mountain gorillas, but there is still much work to do. Ensuring the conservation of all species will need a collective effort from the whole of society. Darren Alan Cheyune, Africa Matters, Wakiso, Central Uganda.